Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. We do have quite an interesting weather situation around the U.S., and it's going to affect Michigan here over the next couple of weeks. We're in a stormy pattern, so storm systems will be coming toward us. We're fighting the cold with warmer temperatures. And so we got our work cut out for us. Let's get to it. The main thing here is three things to talk about in this weather update. And good morning, everyone. If you could hit the share button. A lot of you are mentioning, how come I'm not getting notifications? That's not on my end or MLive's end. That's on Facebook's end. What happens is, you go to a Facebook page, whatever it is. Let's say it's Home Depot or something like that. You go to that a couple of times, they say, oh, that person wants to see that. And then it starts showing up a lot. Same deal on the MLive Facebook page. If you watch my weather broadcasts and then you skip one or two, then all of a sudden Facebook thinks, person's not interested in that anymore. So to get notifications back, you have to go to the MLive Facebook page and poke around, look at a few of the stories. I mean, they're good news stories, the best in the state. And that keeps Facebook thinking that you're interested. All right, so here we go. Sorry about that little dissertation there. Hey, good morning, Lisa Lewandowski from Lansing. And Susan Wallace, thanks for sharing. I appreciate it very much. And Tracy Gasparat, good morning. Okay, so here we go. A little small weather maker, maybe a little bit more of a heavier downpour moving through the Kalamazoo, Allegan area right now. Struggling to be snow, temperatures struggling to make accumulations. Just be careful. Otherwise, spotty areas of light snow. And to wipe the conversation out on that one right away is here's the total snowfall accumulation for today out of that weather system, and it's not much. It's a dusting or a light coating on a few spots in the grass. So don't worry about that. All right, now what we're going to look at is, I'm convinced we do have a weather system on the way for Thursday into Friday. Of course, we always at this time out have the old European versus GFS scenario. European is generally more consistent, closer to what will actually happen at this far out. Not perfect, usually, getting closer to perfect, and by this time tomorrow, it will probably be very close. No, this time tomorrow, I'll be able to give you concrete forecasts of snowfall amounts. Hey, good morning, Cherry Hederick, watching from Gladwin, and Angela Herman. Welcome and good morning to Jackson. Okay, GFS model, US model. It's a good model 2 days out, but we're not there yet. It's still all over the board. So what I'm going to show you is about a 24-hour-old run of the European, the latest one that we have, and then I'm going to show you the latest GFS model and how they compare. And that's what this is. So this right here is the latest GFS model, and it shows Tuesday into Wednesday, small bits of precipitation today into Wednesday. Now, this is Thursday afternoon. And again, all along, I think the main theme on this is that we're going to be struggling to have enough cold air. Hey, good morning, 284 people. If you could hit the share button, I'd appreciate it very much. All right, Jim McGuire's in Hernando, Florida, and Laura is in Caledonia. And good morning, Patrick Napolitano from Saginaw. Okay, so here's Thursday afternoon. Oh, I'm sorry. I better get you back to the maps. Yeah, here we go. Hello, Mark. All right, so this is Thursday afternoon, when the temperatures would be temperatures would be oh I want to make sure I got to get the right. This is a little bit harder for me to show you because I'm comparing, but give me just a second here and we'll get it all figured out. Okay, there we go. This should be good for you to see now. Okay, so we're going to the latest run of the European. This is Thursday afternoon. This is Thursday evening, 7 o'clock. This is 1 a.m. Friday morning. And then 7 a.m. Friday morning and 1 p.m. So it's basically a Thursday night, Friday morning snow. Okay. And this is the European. Now, let's take something like this 7 o'clock Friday, 7 o'clock Thursday evening, I'm sorry. And let's look at the old run of the European. Okay. Notice about the same, but inched northward. Notice where the rain snow line was on the older run. It was through Ann Arbor, through the north side of Detroit. Now, the newest run, notice where it is. It's north of Ann Arbor, near the Flint area, and it's north of the Detroit area and north of Jackson. Okay. Then we go, this is the latest run, middle of the night, Thursday night, Friday morning, latest run of the European, older run. You can also see kind of a shift to the north. Okay. This one had mostly all snow everywhere, and this one still has a touch of rain in the Detroit area. And then we go to Friday morning, newest run, older, about very similar because we'll be on the cold side of the storm. Okay, now let's compare to the US model. So we're going to use the latest European US model at the same time. Newest run. And this model is already has the storm off to the east, and it has the storm to our south through the day Thursday, staying all rain, and then off to the east. So it's quite a bit different, very different. And the thing is, the reason why I don't trust the GFS, it changes its mind a lot. Yesterday, I showed you the GFS, and that low storm center was farther to the north than the European. It had the heavy snow band in northern lower Michigan, and now it's shifted all the way to the south. So it's still flip-flopping back and forth, and it still needs another day to solidify. And a lot of folks ask, why is the European so much more accurate than the GFS? We have models, short-term models, that the Europeans don't even have. Blow it away on tornado forecasts in the next 6 hours and snowfall total forecasts in the next 6, 12, 24. We don't use the European for that. We use the European for what's going to happen 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days from now on a snowstorm. Why European better than the GFS? They tell us that the European model has more initialization inputs into it. What that means is they put more upper air observations, more plane reports, more pilot reports, more satellite derived data into the very first frame, the starting frame. And so, therefore, you get a more accurate look as you go out into the future because that's the only model they run. They don't run a model that would be good for tornadoes. They don't need to because Europe doesn't have a lot of tornadoes. They don't run a short term model like we do. So we take one big computer and run a bunch of different models on it. And it's supposed to always be getting better. It's not. it's government produced stuff. Great meteorologists, but you can see where the government oversight comes in, and sometimes their improvements are just totally opposite of what they should be. So we're going to call it a rain on Thursday afternoon, changing to a snow Thursday evening and Thursday night. And we don't know exactly where, but we're targeting probably the central part of lower Michigan for the accumulating snow. So I know you want to see some amounts. Wesley Sova, I hear what you're saying. We don't get the snow. So it's a warmer climate. That's simply the fact. And I know you want to see some amounts. So what I'm going to show you is the watered down version of the European snow forecast. That's the ensemble mode. That's the safest one for me to show you right now. If I show you the most likely one, it's got a heavy band of snow, 6 to 8 to 10 inches, and you'll run with it. And I don't think that is. And this is where I come in. I'm the model decipherer, the human being for you. And I say, in this situation, this is a 3 to 6 inch swath of snow where it's the heaviest. Okay. And so then I match up and I play part psychology, part scientist, and that's what the European ensemble shows. You know, it would call it a 2 to 5 inch snow. Now that's going to be too wide of a perspective there because it's in the ensemble mode, but it gets us a start to know that it's not a mega snow and it's not just a tiny snow. Now look at the GFS model, what it does. Nothing, because remember, it keeps it to the south, keeps it faster during the day on Thursday and in the warmer air. All right, now let's go into the future with the high temperatures, and we are going to have some mild air. That's why this storm will struggle. Hey, good morning, James from Pickford, and Scott Harrison, good morning to you. And Tim Welch, good morning. Thank you. I do appreciate all of the good mornings. You know, I started thinking about this. I might be the person that gets the most good mornings every morning of anyone in Michigan, because you all give a shout out and a good morning. And thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. So keep the good mornings coming, please. By the way, I have tried the coffee that everybody recommended, Black Rifle. It's good. I don't know if it's worth price, but it's good. I'm not a fine coffee drinker just yet, fine connoisseur of it. I found I just like a dark black coffee, 1 cup in the morning. And so it's pretty good. I have found a couple where I go like, this isn't very good at all. All right, so I'll get off of that, and here we go today. You know, we're mild today, upper 30s to near 40. We're kind of warm tomorrow for January 11th. We're kind of a sneaky warm in the low 40s. Rebecca McVeigh, what day is it? Snow starting? It'd be Thursday evening, probably. It's a Thursday evening, Thursday night, early Friday morning type system, depending on where you're at. And I'm going to detail that here in some posts this morning. Seattle's best, number 3, very tasty. Okay, I'll have to look out for that one. Larry Parker, I read your lake level article. Okay, good. Kenny Russell, that is a funny statement. True. All right, so tomorrow warm. Thursday. Now, can you see why a snowstorm will struggle in places? Thursday, the setup before a storm system, 40 ahead of it as the precipitation starts. You don't get a major snowstorm if the first 3 to 6 hours of it are rain or struggling to be snow. Then behind it, we cool down. But look at that. This also is one of the most important charts to me. High temperature on Friday behind the storm system, still near 30 degrees. What does that tell you? That tells you that typically behind a snow system in middle of January, we plunge to highs of about 20. But we're going to struggle to stay below freezing behind the storm system. That means there's no cold air reservoir up to our north at the current time. So then Saturday is a little bit cooler because of snow on the ground. That shows you where this model thinks that snow will fall because the sky's clear. You get a cold pocket early in the morning. And then you go to Sunday. Then you go to Monday back to 40s. Then you go to next Tuesday into the 40s to near 50. You go to next Wednesday, well into the 40s. You go to next Thursday, 40s, 50s in the south, 30s in the north. And how long does it last? Climate Prediction Center, 6 to 10 day and 8 to 14 days. So here's your 6 to 10 day. You think they think we have a good chance of warmer than normal temperatures? Yes, they do. They give us about a 80 to 90% chance. Still on the wet side because the storms are going to be spewing out of, oh, I'm sorry. Let me update that for you. There you go. That's the 80% chance warmer than normal. And that is, what is that, January 15th to 19th, 6 to 10 day. Now let me pick up the 8 to 14 day for you. And the 8 to 14 day, still 70 to 80% warmer than normal chance of temperatures. And still on the wet side, meaning what that means is that amounts of precipitation for a normal period of that time. So you take, you kind of have to prorate it for lack of a better word. We normally have maybe about 2 inches of liquid moisture that would be melted snow and rain in January because it's colder. So 2 inches. So when you're looking at something like that in that period, normally we'd have maybe 3/10 to 5/10 of an inch of liquid or snow equivalent. And if we're above normal, it could be a half inch or 3/4. Doesn't mean we're going to be soaked. It just means that we'll be somewhat wetter than we would be at our coldest, driest time of year. Is that your money's worth on weather? You better like weather to stick with me. Sorry. So little precipitation today, no travel problems. No travel problems on Wednesday. Thursday, rain probably starts in the southern half of the state. We still need to fine tune that for another 24 hours. So you're probably good on traveling Thursday. After sunset, turns colder. Some of that rain starts to change to snow. And then we get an accumulating snow Thursday night, Friday morning. Friday probably could find some icy roads, although the roads will have some warmth to them. And then we start a warming trend, which all along, now I'm guessing for about 8, 9, 10 days, I've been talking about this warm up January 15th to 19th. So you got to admit, this stuff is getting pretty accurate. Exact? No. Will you always be able to find a flaw? Yes, you can. But usability of timing of starting of a storm system, 3, 4, 5 days out now, the models are within 6 hours. European. US model, that's a whole different story, but it will get straightened out, I'm sure, at some point someday. Amounts pretty close. End time, again, 6 hours off, 5 days out. So I feel like we're doing a great job in the field of meteorology. And I feel like just about the time I fade off into the sunset, I've got it planned at, what do I have it planned at? About 5, 6 years from now. Unfortunately, that'll be about the time when the models will be so accurate that I don't know if there will be room or need for as many human meteorologists as what we have right now. I think there will always be need for meteorologists that find a niche, but your standard, here's what the forecast is for today, I don't know. Hey, let's see what we got for questions. Looking for good time to visit southern Georgia, Deborah Doobie. Well, if it's not cold here, it's not cold in the South generally. So I think be any time, except if you want to try to escape winter here and go there and feel like you escaped something, you probably better wait until February until winter comes back. Winter just over, Sean Sosby? No. All along we expected an on-off winter with the kind of pattern. Um, it probably comes back in February. It would be very bizarre if we didn't get a cold air buildup, a pattern change, and a shift to some cold air. But time is ticking. Time is ticking because you get into late February and the sun's got more power. But I don't think it's over. Um, so, all right, there you go. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. Jamie Northrup, thank you from Sterling Heights. If you could tell your friends, hey, you know what I do in the morning? I get in on the weather with Mark Torregross and MLive. Appreciate it very much. All right, thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm going to work on posts just for regional areas with the coming storm system. I don't want to call it a snowstorm because it will be a snowstorm, probably a 3 to 6 incher for a section, but it's still up for grabs. So we'll call it a weather system. How's that sound? Or a storm system, but certainly nothing like the pre-Christmas blizzard wind and stuff like that. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Have a great day.